Hey there, everybody, you're listening to 91.5 WUML. I'm DJ Emra, or Max Schultz. This is Poptarts to my VCR, and right now I'm not joined with Chris, but I'm sure he'll either be here soon, or since this is a pre-recorded interview, he introduced the interview at the very least live on air. I'm joined today with Aaron Tornberg of One Broadway Collaborative in Lawrence, which is a venue you've heard me talk about at length on this show, because I'm doing a lot of comedy stuff there, and I'm doing a music show there in February, and there's a lot of other just generally cool things that happen there. But anyways, how are you, Aaron?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. A hectic day. We started this a little later than we wanted to, and I just rushed home from the laundromat. But other than that, it's been good. Things are good. We're doing a show tonight, which I won't plug too much because it's going to air during that show. But we're doing a show tonight, and I'm very psyched. The comedians are psyched. I've been talking to them all week. Should be good.
Yeah, and we do comedy shows here every Monday, right? We do. I mean,
every
it's
Monday's
an open mic.
Every Monday's an open mic, and then do I have all the notes in front of me? Yeah, I do. So just to plug a little bit, some stuff coming up on. We have a show on February 4th with Dominique Jesse James hosting, Xavier Maurice opening, me, Max Schultz, I'm featuring, and Sam Mangano is headlining. And we got another showcase on February 20th with a whole bunch of people. We're doing about twice a month. I think March has 3 shows. March does have 3 shows. But other than that, we're doing twice a month. And it's been a lot of fun so far.
And open mic.
And open mic, so 3 times a month. So actually, I guess that's 7 times a month.
Right. But the open mic has been a lot of fun. And not a lot of people know about it yet, but it's a hidden gem because you can come hear comedy on a Monday night in this area of the greater Boston area, and
yeah.
it's just people don't know about it at all, and they should be coming here in droves because it's a lot of fun. And Max is a great host.
Thank you.
So One Broadway Collaborative is where they would come, and it is One Broadway, Lawrence, Mass. If they feel like it.
Yeah.
If you're a comedy fan,
it's one of those things that and I was saying this to somebody, I don't remember who, this morning, but it's one of those things that yeah, there's not a ton of people there yet, but I talk about it constantly, and this week even at other open mics and other shows, I think I got a comedian who's doing the show tonight, but Dan Donahue I think is going to become a regular at that open mic too now, and I think slowly it's going to grow. And I think one of the cool things about that mic that we're doing is that every week, even though it's not a ton of people, if I'm not mistaken, every week has had at least one more person than the week before it, which has been cool. And I don't have his last name in front of me, so if he hears this, I'm so sorry. But there's one comedian, Freddie, who has been our guy the whole time. He's the only comedian that's gone every week. And
yeah, he's great.
He is great. And it's fun with him because I forget how long you told me he's been doing comedy, but it's something like a year and a half, 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And I've watched him in just a month of doing this open mic, just watching him improve.
Yeah, and he was good to begin with.
I'm not saying he wasn't. He was good to begin with. He absolutely was.
Yeah, he's dedicated. That's part of the deal. Is you got to be dedicated to go out there on a Monday night and stand in front of people and tell jokes.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And last week, and I want to say one other time. Yeah, one other time we had actually somebody there who wasn't a comedian other than you, who was just an audience member and enjoying the night, which was cool.
Yeah, I mean it's not an expensive night out, and it's lots of fun. So
yeah, it is fun. I love it. I love that I don't even know if I've told you this, but I've been looking to host a comedy mic for 3 or 4 years, and always getting to the point with the venue or the booker or whatever where I'm almost okayed to do it, and then something pulls the rug out from under me. And in the most recent case before,
I forgot to tell you, by the way, I don't know, no, just kidding.
Yeah. And most recently the pandemic stopped me from doing it in 2 different locations actually that were and another comedian can do it here, and then nope. And then the pandemic, more things opened up, and those venues were we don't want to do comedy anymore. All right.
I'm different because this is a collaborative venue, so that means that the people who come here are the people who are interested in performing here, and the people who are interested in watching also come here. But I mean, the idea of this place is to have people come together to do all kinds of art. And you're doing comedy, and you're the first one who's been doing it. So, I hope it grows from here. But the comedians who don't have anywhere to go right now can come here. And we do have a vaccination and mask policy.
Right.
But we allow the comedians to be unmasked while on stage.
Yep.
But it is expected you'll be vaccinated. It is expected that you'll have a mask on, so it's safe. And we have 2 air purifiers in the room that actually are able to filter the virus. If like every half hour, I have 2 of them running, so every half hour it filters, and so you're breathing fresh air. And
Right.
it's important for people to know that it is a safe place to go, about as safe as we can make it without just staying home.
Yeah, of course. And on that note, even if you do stay home, I think starting this month, if I'm not mistaken, all of your shows that you're putting on are have an option for live stream.
Yes. However, open mic is the exception.
Right. I knew open mics
Yeah.
were the exception, but like any shows,
Yeah.
have the option for live stream, which is cool. I know, like since you
Last-
opened that up, I've been like talking about these shows to people who don't live near here, and and growing some interest that way. Like because, well, for various reasons, none of those people I think are able to make it like this time, but in the future they will. And it's also cool too. As a friend of mine, actually, I was going to show you something, but this is an audio format, so it doesn't matter. But the woman who did my album art, You Can Call Me Dad, Amy Titus, she's going to be doing it through stream tonight as well. And
I think she bought a ticket. I think.
She told me she did.
Yeah. I saw the name.
Yeah,
I do get the names of people who buy stuff. So
I thought you did. Yeah,
yeah.
she's one of my closest friends, and because of the virus, she hasn't gotten to do very many things out in the world yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to make it so that people can get back to life, even if you have to do it from home because you're concerned. You have that option here.
Yes.
You can come live, and we are doing live stuff, and we're safe. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can live stream everything. Just buy a ticket, and there are 2 choices when you buy a ticket. There's a live stream ticket, and there's a general admission ticket.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So you can buy the live stream ticket, and then we send you a link to the live stream when it's time to go on. And the in-person stuff has tickets, and just choose what you want. And there's lots of great performers. Last night we had a fantastic show with Liz Bills and Faith Ann and Allison Rose, and just a great show. We had a lot of people in the room, and a lot of people live stream. So we got
Very cool.
about half and half actually.
Oh wow.
And so it was a fun night. And we also have stuff coming up. Like on Fridays we do Songwriters in the Round. And Songwriters in the Round is 3 songwriters, and they play 1 song each for 7 or 8 rounds, depending on time. And when they do that, they get to talk to each other in between the songs. They get to play off of each other. Whatever the last person played, maybe they'll change their mind and play something different. And it's all original stuff, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Saturday nights we have for bands or solo performers who want to do their own show. We will book people to do their own show, and if they think they can sell the tickets, then it's a good thing to do. So, we do try to get the word out through our various social media and website, but it's exciting when somebody wants to play here, and there are a lot of them. A lot of people are starting to hear about it. The Lied Twos will be here next week as well. They're going to be here on Saturday night, and the Lied Twos are a great band. And I think it's Rob Lawrence is the person playing with them. So they're going to be 2 groups, but they'll each do a set. And then the following week, this other guy that I never heard of, Max Schultz. He's going to be playing at Songwriters in the Round, and then on Saturday night we have Rob LeBlanc. So
Very cool. I know
stuff
that
coming up.
yeah, and it's exciting for me for the fourth show, the show on the 4th. I'm doing the Songwriters in the Round, and that will be, I believe, the first, other than an open mic, that'll be the first music show I've played in, I don't even know, I guess probably 6 years.
Well, you used to be a drummer for a band, right?
Several bands. I mean, I'm still a drummer. I haven't been in a band in a long time. There's the last few shows I did, I like subbed in for somebody else on drums for a couple of things here and there. And the radio station that this airs on, WUML, used to do, maybe they still do this, I don't actually know, but every year for Halloween and April Fools, they would do cover shows, which was a lot of fun. And we would just, like, I did an REM group one year that I fronted. I did a Weezer group that I played drums on, and I did 3 of them. And they were just, like, in some guy's basement. It was great.
Right.
But yeah, but I'm psyched for this. So it'll be the first time I'll do a non-open mic show. First show I've ever done on piano or keyboard. And easily the first show I've ever done with the songs that I'll be presenting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah, and I'm excited to have you. And you've been to open mic here on Sundays, which we also do. People should know that. That you can do open mic on Sundays 2 to 5 p.m. So it's very relaxed. And again, with the open mic, we do Zoom. So we do, it's not a live stream, but it is a Zoom meeting so that people can perform here from home.
Right.
So we have everything's through the PA. So and we have a TV with Zoom on it that people who are in the live room can actually see. And then we have a camera going out to the Zoom people. So it's really great. We even have a person who comes every week from Israel.
Yeah.
We have a person who comes often from Nevada and California and different places. We have some from Washington, D.C. and around Maryland. You know, we get people from all over at this open mic in Lawrence, Mass. So it's pretty exciting. And then we get the locals who come in and perform live, and you know, Rick Page is a regular, and Neil Dale and others, and you. Yeah,
and it's one of those things I will say too, from having done it in person and then also on Zoom. A lot of the time, mics that work that way, transitioning from into person to Zoom is clunky, and like the Zoom person is often like a little like a two steps behind or something. That's not the case with yours. It runs smoothly.
Well, I've got a setup so that works. It's hard to set that up, but once you set it up, running it is much easier. And so, you know, I run it as if it's a Zoom meeting. Really, that's the trick.
Okay.
And then, you know, there are a couple of, the only problem is when I have to get up and perform, you know, then I have to get up, and that's usually a delay. But other than that, we go very smoothly person to person.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I can't be in two places at once, so that's the only disadvantage. Yeah.
So I did want to ask you, I know a little bit of the story, but I'm sure most listeners wouldn't. What made you want to start this collaborative?
Well, I mean, I was working with a group of people in Lowell, and it was a place called the Hearing Room, which was successful in building a community. And, you know, I loved the people there, and I loved doing it. But after the pandemic, we lost the building we had because the owners sold it. We had decided to, you know, not rent anymore in the middle of the pandemic, obviously, because we were shuttered. We're paying rent, and shuttered, that's not good. So when we came out of the pandemic, the Hearing Room played with the idea of coming to Lawrence, and that's really where my passion was, and I made a lot of connections here. And the Hearing Room decided to go virtual, and they have a partnership with the PCA in Westford, and now I have something here in Lawrence that I'm starting up, which is a little different from the Hearing Room, because this is a community that has a a pretty wide variety of music.
Mm-hmm.
We have, bachata, which I learned about. It's I think Dominican, Puerto Rican, not sure which, style of music. It's like blues, but Spanish.
Oh,
Um, so we have that here. We have, we've had a blues artist come here. We've had rap here, hip hop. We've had one guy who sounds like Rage Against the Machine. He brought his whole band. I mean,
oh wow.
it was a lot of fun. And, the stuff I've been doing, it's very eclectic. We do focus on acoustic for the open mics because it's more practical. It's
Yeah.
very hard to have a band at an open mic and not have a lot of transition time. And maybe I'll get to a point where I can do that. But right now, this is what we're working with. And I started it because I was already doing it. I knew the people who were doing music in the area. And, we haven't had a place for a couple years. And so I said, we need to just do this. And so I've started doing it. And I've had some support and from a few people. And, it's been great. And now we ended up getting a state grant
Oh
from
wow.
Massachusetts. And the grant is to build the space out because the city also wants a space that is open for artists and welcoming and collaborative. And what we're doing with the grant is we are adding ADA compliance to the building. So we actually have a lift that's going to be going in. So there's access, which we need. And we do have access. It's just not pretty. We want to make it nice. And so we're going to have a platform outside. We're also getting new bathrooms and a recording studio that is being built as we speak. It's actually just gotten the foundation of it. The framing has been put out. And this is a big mill building. So
Yeah.
there's lots of space to expand, and I love it. And the recording studio is going to be awesome. We're going to have separate rooms for, drum, piano, vocal amplifiers, and a main room. And it will really be something special, I think. And it'll also be a place for people to rehearse, which they're doing now. We have rehearsal space available for people. And, you can check the website to find out more. It's onebroadway.org. That's with an O-N-E, not number. So onebroadway.org. And, this is what I want to do because I love working with musicians and I love playing and I love being around music and I love the technology and setting up all the amps and stuff and figuring out how it all works. And that's what you need to run a venue. And you also need to be able to keep the books and all that. So I'm expanding. I'm trying to hire more people to do stuff, and that'll come.
Yeah.
But we are a nonprofit, so it's tough to start up in any business, but a nonprofit especially, it's tough. And music is not right now an easy business because a lot of people are not coming out to shows anymore for a while. And
Right. Yeah. And I was going to say earlier when you were talking about how COVID safe everything is as safe as it can be. There's a couple of comedians that I booked for later this year who I'll leave nameless in case they don't want this being like a public thing. But there's a few of them who said, I don't want to do your show because I'm nervous about COVID. I'm not doing anybody's shows right now. And I said, well, if it entices you, it's a mask. They require masks, they require vaccinations, and it's as safe as anyone can make it. They have the air purifiers. It's a safe venue with a safe audience. And when I said that, most of those comedians said, oh, I'll do that.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal. I mean, the goal is we want everybody to be comfortable, and the only way that's going to happen is if we provide the best known remedy to the illness. And, we haven't had a problem here where we've had a huge outbreak. People are masking, people are respectful, and, it's going around Massachusetts like wildfire, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
We haven't had people here say, "Oh, I came to your show and I got COVID, and so did all my friends." That never happened, and it won't, because
Yeah.
it's just there's too many things in place. Also, we're not packing the room completely full,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing is if you pack it completely full, you're more in danger. But we're not. We have chairs that are spaced out, and we're even growing into more space. As I said, in addition to the recording studio, we're also building out the space a little more, so it'll be even bigger. Right now, it's kind of an intimate venue. Now it'll be intimate with a little more room, and that's what we're doing. So,
In total honesty, mostly so I can edit this, we should wind up or wrap up soon. But I didn't know if there was anything else you wanted to mention before we close this out.
well, I just want to mention that we do take donations,
Yep, that's right.
and people can go to the website to do that. Also, when you buy tickets, the option to donate via the ticket service, that is available too. The donations help us to keep this open. That's what we're doing. We are a nonprofit. I actually don't take a salary, so this is just to make enough money to survive at the moment. And then eventually, hopefully, this will become something more full-time for me. But right now, it's a passion, and I really want this to work.
Yeah.
So I'm sacrificing a few years to make it happen. But it's going to be awesome.
It is. I love that space.
Yeah, and it already is, but it's going to be even better.
Yes.
So,
yes, it is already awesome.
but again, it's onebroadway.org on Facebook, at number 1B Collaborative, and also Instagram at the number 1B Collaborative. Not writing out the number, just the actual number, the numeral 1.
Yes.
So 1B Collaborative is for I think all the social media.
Yeah. I've actually had fun, like I think very rightfully so. Every time I try to book a comedian for here, they're like, "What's the venue? Can you tell me about the venue?" Things like that. And I just send them your Facebook info.
Yeah.
Not yours, the venue's info. And I've been having fun every time I do that, watching, like, slowly but surely more and more comedians be fans of your page.
Right. And it's great. And, that's what this is. This is a performing arts space.
Yeah.
And comedy is a performing art, and you guys need to be able to do it somewhere. So it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we are currently booked out. So this is, I guess, a message to any comedians, because this still happens. But for the most part, and by that I mean almost, really, really almost entirely, we are booked out for comedy, other than the open mic. We're booked through June 19th, but feel free to look at the website or message Malice Comedy on Instagram for more information, and including booking. Assumedly, we will eventually book past that. It's just currently 6 months seems like a good time frame.